Chosen one, listen closely. This is where it all begins. From the moment you were born, there's been something inside of you that felt different, like you didn't quite fit in. It wasn't a conscious thought, but a quiet knowing deep within your spirit. Have you ever sat around your family, in the middle of conversations, and felt like you were a stranger in your own home? Maybe you laughed along, nodded at the right moments, but deep down, there was this invisible wall between you and them, a wall you couldn't explain. You tried to blend in, to follow the same rhythms of life they did, but it just never clicked, did it? No matter how much you tried to conform, there was always something off about your connection with them, something that kept you from truly bonding, from being one of them. It wasn't that they were bad people, it was just that you were different. And no matter how hard you tried to ignore it, you could feel it pulling at you, stirring something within your soul. Something that told you this wasn't all there was to your life. You've felt it before, the way your thoughts don't always align with theirs. How you question things that they accept without a second thought. And in those moments, you've been told you're too sensitive, or too difficult, or just too much. Maybe they didn't say it out loud, but you could feel it. That quiet judgment, that subtle criticism of your spirit, of your journey. But chosen one, that's not because you've done anything wrong. No, it's because you are called, and that calling, the one that stirs your heart and pushes you to think differently, to act differently, isn't always welcomed by those who haven't yet felt it. It might have started in childhood. Perhaps it was when you began noticing things others couldn't, things that went unnoticed by the people around you. Maybe it was when you picked up on unspoken tensions in the room, sensed emotions others were trying to hide, or understood deeper truths without anyone having to tell you. That wasn't just intuition, chosen one. That was the spirit moving in you. You didn't have the words for it then, but your soul was already being stirred. Even then, you were walking a different path, though you may not have fully understood it. Your family, well, they just couldn't see it. They couldn't see the calling on your life, the weight you were carrying. They didn't know that the things that felt heavy in your spirit were there for a reason. They only saw a child who didn't quite fit the mold, who didn't think the way they did, who didn't follow the pattern they'd set. And so, you were misunderstood. You were labeled as rebellious, too sensitive, or maybe just too much. But here's the truth. You weren't too much. You were too different for them to understand. And the deeper truth is this: your difference was never meant to be understood by them. It was meant to be your strength. This calling you feel inside you, this pull towards something greater, it's not just some random feeling or phase. It's the hand of God guiding you, setting you apart from the crowd, from the family dynamic. Even, have you ever wondered why you felt this way for so long? Why, despite all the love and care around you, something just didn't feel quite right? Chosen one, it's because you weren't meant to blend in. You weren't meant to be like everyone else in your family. You were chosen for something greater. And that's where it starts. This difference, this feeling of being set apart, it's not an accident. You were called before you even knew what it meant. Before you knew how to walk, before you knew how to speak, God's hand was on you, guiding you for something bigger than yourself. So when you feel that invisible wall between you and your family, that tension you can't quite explain, know this: it's not because of who you are, it's because of what you carry. Your family may not see it, but you were never meant to fit into their narrative. You were always meant to walk a path that would make you stand out. And that path, though lonely at times, is the one that leads to your purpose. But before you get to that, there's a journey of separation, rejection, and growth. It won't always be easy, but it's essential. Because the calling on your life is not just a title, it's a weight, a responsibility, a sacred trust given to you by God, and it's time to walk in it. So, if you've ever felt like you don't belong, like you were born into the wrong bloodline, this message is for you. Your purpose is already within you, stirring in your spirit. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear will change the way you see your family, your journey, and your calling forever. You are not alone. You've been chosen. Chosen one, now that you understand the weight of being set apart, let's take a deeper look at why this path, this calling, stirs up discomfort in those around you. particularly your family. It's not just about your actions, your decisions, or your personality. It's about the spiritual light that you carry within you. And that light is something the world, and even your family, can struggle to comprehend. This is why, when you step into your divine purpose, the atmosphere shifts. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy change? Maybe it was subtle, an awkward silence, a shift in tone, or a sudden sense of coldness. You didn't do anything differently. You didn't say anything. But something about you, just your presence, made others uncomfortable. Chosen one, what you felt in that moment wasn't just coincidence. It was the spirit moving within you. And that spirit, your spirit, exposes things that people would rather keep hidden. Think about it. When you embrace your purpose, when you truly start walking the path God has laid out for you, it demands a level of authenticity that others may not be ready to handle. Your growth, your light, challenges the status quo. You begin to rise above the old patterns, the old ways of thinking, and that can stir up resistance in even the most familiar people. Let's talk about your family for a moment. These are the people who've known you your whole life, right? They've seen you at your worst and your best. They've watched you grow, or perhaps they've watched you try to grow. But the truth is, not everyone around you is happy to see you evolve. Your very transformation, your spiritual awakening, forces them to face the fact that they haven't changed in the same way you have. And that, chosen one, is where the discomfort begins. When you walk in your purpose, you start to break free from the cycle that your family is still caught in. You stop entertaining gossip. You stop tolerating the dysfunction that they've normalized. You begin to make choices that reflect your newfound alignment with the Spirit of God. And suddenly, that calls into question their own choices. They may not know how to handle the new version of you, the one who is walking with confidence, with clarity, with authority. The family dynamics shift because your growth is a mirror that shows them what they've avoided confronting. And often, it's not pretty. Have you ever noticed how people can treat you one way when you're not challenging them? When you were quiet, submissive, or just going along with the flow, everything seemed fine. But the moment you started standing up for yourself, the moment you decided to prioritize your spiritual growth, that's when things started to change. Conversations got shorter. Invitations stopped coming. Support was nowhere to be found. Suddenly, you were left wondering, what happened? What did I do wrong? Chosen one, I'm here to tell you that this isn't about you doing something wrong. It's about you doing something right. You answered the call, and answering that call comes with a price. The truth is, when you're chosen, there's a cost to it. And part of that cost is the pushback from those closest to you. When God calls you out, He doesn't ask for permission from your family, your friends, or anyone else. He calls you, and you must follow. This is where the tension lies. It's not about your personality or your actions. It's about the spiritual shift that happens when you step into the fullness of your calling. You carry light, but this isn't just any light. This is the kind of light that exposes the darkness in people's hearts, even when you don't intend to. It shines on their insecurities, their hidden resentments, and their unresolved traumas. And for people who are comfortable in their spiritual darkness, your light is threatening. You may not be saying a word, but your very presence convicts them. That's why they begin to pull away. They don't even know why they're acting the way they do. They can't put it into words, but their spirits know that you're different, and that difference unsettles them. Your spiritual growth shines a spotlight on their spiritual stagnation. Your progress reveals their lack of growth, and they don't know how to handle it. This is why, when you start to step into your calling, you might notice family members looking at you with judgment or skepticism. It's not because they hate you, it's because they feel threatened by the change that is happening in you. Your obedience to God's call makes them uncomfortable, and rather than confront their own feelings of inadequacy or jealousy, they begin to distance themselves from you. But here's the thing, chosen one, you're not here to make everyone comfortable. You're here to walk in the truth. And sometimes, walking in truth means standing alone. It means making decisions that won't always be popular, even with the people you love the most. It means not shrinking back, not dimming your light just to keep the peace. And that can be incredibly isolating. but it's a necessary part of your spiritual journey. Your family's discomfort with your calling is a reflection of something deeper. You are challenging their comfort zones, and that's not easy to accept. You are walking in obedience to a calling they don't fully understand, and that's okay. You don't need them to understand right now. You don't need their approval. What you need is to stay true to the path God has set before you. So, if your family feels distant, if the support you expected has dried up, don't take it personally. This isn't about you failing them. This is about your light disrupting their darkness. This is about God setting you apart for something greater, something they may not yet be able to see, but that doesn't make it any less real. Your calling is sacred, chosen one, and though it may cost you comfort, peace, and the approval of those closest to you, it is leading you to something divine. When you walk in your calling, it's not just about what you do, it's about who you are becoming, and that transformation is not something everyone can follow. Some people can't walk that path with you, but don't let their fear or insecurity stop you. Keep walking, keep shining, and keep trusting that God is using your journey to reveal truths to them, even if it takes time for them to see it. Remember, the path of the chosen is never meant to be easy. If it were, everyone would walk it. But the very fact that you're feeling this pushback, the very fact that you're experiencing resistance from your family, is confirmation that you're on the right track. This resistance isn't a sign of failure, it's a sign of spiritual warfare. And when you press through, when you stay faithful to the calling on your life, you'll see that the victory is already secured. Chosen one, your purpose is not to fit in, your purpose is to rise. And as you rise, those around you, your family, your friends, your community, will have to make a choice. Will they rise with you, or will they stay where they are? You can't control that choice, but you can control how you walk this journey. And I'm here to tell you, keep walking in your truth, keep walking in your light, and trust that God is with you every step of the way. Chosen one, now that you understand the dynamics of why your family feels threatened by your light and your calling, let's dive deeper into the weight of what it truly means to be chosen. Being chosen is not about a title. It's not about standing on a platform or having your name in lights. No, being chosen is about carrying a weight, one that is sacred and divine. It's a responsibility that you don't take on for yourself, but for a higher purpose. You've probably already felt it, haven't you? The burden of your calling. It's not always a heavy weight, but it's one that requires you to stay grounded and vigilant. It doesn't matter how much joy and excitement you feel about the purpose ahead. There will be times when it feels like too much to bear, because being chosen means being different. And being different means you will have to navigate a world that doesn't always understand or accept you. This burden, this weight, isn't easy. It's not glamorous. It's not about being on top of the world. When you truly start walking in your purpose, you will notice the people around you don't always understand why you make the choices you do, why you prioritize certain things, or why you say no to things others would say yes to. The burden of being chosen is one that often leads to isolation, not because you are being punished, but because you are being prepared. God doesn't choose the qualified. He qualifies the chosen. This is important to understand, chosen one. You didn't earn this calling, you didn't strive for it, and you certainly didn't ask for it. But here you are, hand-picked by God. And what He does when He chooses someone is take them through a process. He shapes them, refines them, and prepares them for the destiny ahead. But that preparation, it often comes through challenges, hardships, and struggles that others may not fully comprehend. This process isn't pretty. It's not about success and accolades. It's about growth, refinement, and transformation. You are being made into something more, but that requires going through some difficult seasons, the hard seasons, the ones where you question everything, the seasons where you feel abandoned, rejected, misunderstood, and alone. And when you're in those seasons, it's easy to wonder if the calling was worth it. But let me remind you of something. Chosen one, you are being prepared for something great. And that greatness requires this level of refinement. From the moment God called you, He started preparing you for the weight of what's ahead. You've likely walked through storms, situations that others couldn't understand or explain. Maybe it was rejection, abandonment, loss, or confusion. But those things that you thought were meant to break you were actually meant to build you. They were the fire that refined you. And even though your family couldn't see it, even though they may have misjudged you in those moments, it was God's hand at work, molding you for your purpose. The weight of being chosen isn't just about personal growth, it's about walking in that growth even when others don't understand it. And that's what can make it feel so isolating. You'll often find yourself at odds with people who were once close to you, those who can't see the transformation happening inside you. They don't understand the fire that's burning in your soul, the calling that's driving you to make decisions that set you apart from the crowd. God has a purpose for your life that's bigger than your family's expectations for you. You weren't called to be just like everyone else in your bloodline. You weren't called to follow the same paths, to settle into the same patterns, or to carry the same burdens. You were chosen to break the cycle, to step into something new, something divine. And that's why, when you try to walk this path, when you try to embrace your calling fully, things begin to shift. Your family starts to notice your difference, and it unsettles them. But here's the thing about being chosen. You are called to lead, not blend in. Your difference is your strength, chosen one. You carry a light that others can't ignore, no matter how hard they try. And that light has a purpose. It's meant to expose, to heal, and to guide. But in doing so, it will also cause discomfort. It will cause people to question themselves, their actions, and their choices. Your family may not always understand your calling, and they may resist it. They may want to hold you back because your growth challenges their stagnation. But this is where you need to stand firm in your purpose. You cannot shrink to make others comfortable. You cannot allow the discomfort of others to cause you to doubt what God has called you to do. Remember, God didn't choose you because you were the most qualified. He chose you because He saw something in you that no one else could. He saw your heart, your potential, and your willingness to walk in His truth. And that's what makes you unique. The calling on your life isn't about being perfect or meeting everyone's expectations. It's about walking in obedience to what God has planned for you, no matter how difficult that may be. Being chosen doesn't mean you have all the answers. It doesn't mean you won't face challenges. It doesn't mean you won't feel overwhelmed at times. But it does mean that God has a purpose for you. A purpose that is greater than your fear, your doubt, or your family's opinion. You were made for this. So, when you feel the weight of your calling, when it feels too heavy, when the road gets rough, when the rejection and isolation start to weigh on you, remember that it's all part of the process. This is how God is shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for the next phase of your journey. Your family might not see it, but that's okay. They don't have to understand the fire that's burning in you. You don't need their approval to walk in your purpose. God has already marked you, and when you embrace that mark, when you step into your calling with confidence, the weight will feel lighter. You'll begin to understand that this calling, this weight, is not a burden, but a blessing. You're not walking alone. Even when it feels like no one else is supporting you, God is with you. And as you walk forward, as you continue to trust His process, you will begin to see why you were chosen. You were chosen for this. You were chosen to lead, to break the cycle, and to walk in the fullness of what God has prepared for you. Don't shrink. Don't back down. Don't allow the opinions of others to dim your light. Walk boldly, walk confidently, and walk with purpose. The weight is heavy, but it is also holy, and it's leading you somewhere incredible. Chosen one, I want to take a moment to reflect on something crucial to your journey. It's easy to think of your spiritual growth, your transformation, as something entirely personal, something that only involves you and your relationship with God. And while it's true that your personal connection with God is the foundation of your calling, the reality is that your growth will impact those around you, especially your family. And that's where the spiritual battle comes in. As you begin to walk in your divine purpose, as you begin to embrace the call on your life, something shifts in the spiritual atmosphere around you. This shift isn't always visible, but it is incredibly real. Your growth in the Spirit disturbs the environment you were once so comfortable in. It disrupts the familiar, and, chosen one, it can stir up spiritual forces that will fight against you. The truth is, the moment you step into your calling, you become a target, not just from the outside world, but from within your own family. This is because your transformation challenges the old patterns, the old cycles, and the generational strongholds that have existed in your family for years, maybe even decades. And spiritual warfare, especially within the family, is often the most difficult to recognize and fight because it's so close to home. It's hard to discern this spiritual battle at first because the attacks are subtle. They don't always come with loud, obvious signs. Sometimes they come in the form of quiet resistance, strange comments, passive-aggressive remarks, or even subtle exclusion. These attacks aren't necessarily about you as a person. It's about the anointing you carry. It's about the divine purpose that has been placed on your life, which threatens the spiritual status quo. And that's where the warfare begins. It starts in the quiet moments, the moments when you least expect it. 1 minute, everything seems fine. The next minute, you're left wondering why a simple conversation with a family member turned into an argument. Why the mood shifted when you spoke your truth. Why your attempts to connect seemed to be met with silence or coldness. Chosen one, what you're experiencing is not a random occurrence. This is spiritual resistance at work. There's a spiritual force at play in your family that doesn't want to see you rise. It's a spirit of rebellion, pride, jealousy, control, and even manipulation. These spirits, though invisible to the human eye, are deeply entrenched in the patterns and behaviors that have been passed down from generation to generation. They want to keep you in the same cycle, the same dysfunction, the same bondage that your ancestors were trapped in. And when you decide to break free, when you make the conscious choice to walk in your purpose, you immediately disrupt these spiritual forces. This spiritual resistance often shows up as rejection, misunderstanding, or distance from the people who should love and support you the most. But understand this, their behavior is not about you. It's about what you carry and what your growth represents. Your obedience to God's call exposes their spiritual complacency, and that can be uncomfortable for people who are not ready to face the areas of their lives that need healing. Here's the harsh reality, chosen one. Some family members, despite their best intentions, are spiritually blind. They can't see the light you carry. They can't see the transformation that's happening within you. And because they don't understand it, they fight it. They resist it. Sometimes they may even try to tear it down. But don't let that discourage you. It's not about you. It's about the spiritual resistance that's fighting your calling. This doesn't mean your family is evil, nor does it mean they don't love you. It simply means that they are caught in a spiritual battle of their own, one they may not even recognize. And as you rise, you become a mirror, reflecting back to them the areas they need to address. And most people aren't ready to see that. It's uncomfortable. It's painful. It stirs up emotions and unresolved issues that they would rather leave buried. But you, chosen one, are here to break that cycle. You're here to break the generational curses that have held your family captive for far too long. You are the one chosen to step out of the darkness and into the light. You are the one called to bring healing to the brokenness. You are the one who is being prepared to carry the weight of your family's redemption. But understand this. Breaking generational strongholds is not glamorous. It's painful, difficult, and often lonely. It's a battle that takes place on a spiritual level, and it requires you to be strong, resilient, and unwavering in your faith. This battle won't always be obvious. It won't always come with dramatic moments or loud confrontations. It will come in the quiet moments. It will show up in the subtle shifts in tone when you walk into a room. It will manifest in the way people start avoiding you or pretending they're happy for you while their spirit is vexed. You'll feel the isolation. You'll feel the rejection. You'll wonder why the very people you thought would support you are now the ones pulling away. But chosen one, don't take it personally. This is part of the process. This is the spiritual warfare that happens when you're called to break the chains of your bloodline. But here's the good news, chosen one. You're not fighting this battle alone. God is with you every step of the way. And the very spiritual forces that are fighting against you will be the ones you overcome. This is why you've been prepared. This is why you've been refined through the fire. You were chosen to carry a light that is too powerful to be contained by the darkness. And no matter how strong the resistance may feel, remember that God has already equipped you with everything you need to overcome. So, what do you do when the battle feels too overwhelming? When you're facing resistance from those closest to you, when the warfare is spiritual and hard to identify? The answer is simple. Stand firm in your faith, stay rooted in God's truth. Keep your eyes focused on your purpose, not on the distractions or the criticism. Your family's rejection, their coldness, and their resistance are just temporary. What's eternal is the calling on your life, and that will carry you through the battle. Don't shrink back. Don't let their spiritual blindness stop you from walking in your truth. You are here to break free, to rise above the generational patterns, and to lead your family to the light. It's not going to be easy, but it is worth it. God didn't call you to a comfortable life. He called you to a transformative one. Remember, you are not just breaking free for yourself. You are breaking free for your family, for your bloodline. You are walking in your purpose to set them free from the strongholds that have bound them for generations. And that, chosen one, is why this spiritual battle is so fierce. Because the enemy knows that if you break free, you'll bring others with you. So, as you face resistance, as you feel the isolation, keep your head up. Trust the process. Keep walking in your purpose. You are chosen for this battle, and you are equipped to win it. Chosen one, let's talk about rejection. It's one of the most painful experiences anyone can go through. And for you, it often comes from the very people who are supposed to love you unconditionally, your family. This type of rejection is not only hurtful, but it's also spiritually significant. It's not just about being left out of a conversation or not receiving the support you expected. It's deeper than that. It's spiritual warfare, and understanding this can completely shift your perspective on the pain you're feeling. You've probably already felt the sting of rejection. Maybe it came in the form of a cold shoulder from a family member, an unspoken distance, or even subtle remarks that made you question your worth. At times, it may have felt like you were invisible, like your growth, your changes, your spiritual awakening didn't matter to those who should have supported you the most. But chosen one, this rejection is not about you. It's about the spiritual forces at play. When you're chosen, you're set apart, and that can be uncomfortable for people who are still bound by the familiar, the predictable, and the comfortable. When you begin to change, when you begin to answer the call on your life, it exposes the things in your family's life that they might not be ready to confront. This exposure is spiritual, and it's often uncomfortable for them. You see, your obedience, your spiritual growth brings conviction. Your progress shines a light on their complacency. Your commitment to walking in truth challenges their desire to stay in the shadows. Now, I want you to understand something crucial about rejection. The enemy uses rejection as a tool to break your spirit. The goal isn't just to hurt you emotionally, but to destabilize your sense of identity, to make you question your worth and your calling. This isn't a new tactic. It's an age-old strategy used by the enemy to prevent you from walking in your purpose. And it's especially effective when the rejection comes from the people who should be your support system, your family. But here's the truth. Rejection isn't a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of the spiritual blindness of those rejecting you. It's not that you're not worthy of love and acceptance. It's that they can't fully see the person you're becoming. They're blinded by their own fears, insecurities, and spiritual resistance. They don't yet understand the calling on your life. And so, in their confusion, they project their own feelings of inadequacy onto you. When you're rejected by your family, it feels personal. It feels like a deep wound, one that cuts to the core of who you are. You may start to question if you're too different, if you've done something wrong, or if your calling is somehow invalid. These feelings are normal, chosen one, but they are also lies from the enemy. The rejection you're feeling is not about your value. It's about the light you carry. It's about the difference that's now visible in you, a difference that can't be ignored. Rejection is also a tool the enemy uses to keep you from walking in your full purpose. It wants you to shrink, to second-guess yourself, and to doubt God's plan for your life. It wants you to feel unworthy of the calling you've received, but chosen one, you are worthy. The fact that you've been called, set apart, chosen by God is proof of your worth. You may have felt the isolation of rejection, family members pulling away, conversations growing shorter, invitations stopping altogether. You may have felt alone in the midst of a family that was supposed to understand and support you. It's painful. And it's especially painful when you realize that this rejection doesn't just come from outsiders or acquaintances, but from those closest to you. The people who should love you unconditionally are now the ones causing you pain. But don't take this rejection personally. I know it's hard not to, especially when it feels so deep. But remember, it's not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of what you carry. Your light, your growth, your calling makes them uncomfortable. You are walking in a direction they can't yet follow, and that scares them. You're challenging the very things they've settled for, and that's not easy for people to accept. God doesn't make mistakes, chosen one. You were called to this, and the rejection you're facing is part of the process. It's part of the journey. It's not a sign that you're on the wrong path. In fact, it's often a sign that you're exactly where God wants you to be. When God calls you to something greater, there will always be resistance, especially from those who are still caught in the old ways. This resistance is spiritual warfare at its finest. But here's the good news. The rejection you're facing is not the end of your story. It's just the beginning of your transformation. What the enemy meant for harm, God will use for your good. This rejection is not a setback, it's a setup. It's God's way of pushing you further into your destiny. It's a reminder that you were never meant to stay comfortable. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to rise, to break free, to step into your purpose, even if it means walking alone at times. You see, God's plan for you has always been greater than your family's approval. You don't need their validation to fulfill your purpose. You don't need their support to move forward. What you need is God's direction. What you need is His affirmation. And He's already given it to you. He's already called you, set you apart, and equipped you for the journey ahead. The rejection you're facing is only temporary. There will come a time when those who rejected you will see what God has done in your life. They will witness the transformation, the breakthrough, and the victory that God has worked in you. They may not understand it now, but they will see the power of God's hand upon your life. So, don't let rejection keep you from walking in your calling. Don't let the opinions of others sway you from the path God has set before you. Keep moving forward. Keep pressing into your purpose. And remember this, your calling is not contingent on the approval of others. It is rooted in God's perfect plan for your life. And His plan is bigger, better, and more powerful than anything anyone else can offer. In the end, chosen one, the rejection you face from your family will only serve to strengthen your resolve. It will deepen your faith and your trust in God. It will push you closer to Him, and as you grow closer to Him, you will become even more certain of your purpose. You will begin to see that the rejection wasn't meant to break you. It was meant to push you into something greater. So, when the rejection feels too much to bear, when the pain of being misunderstood becomes overwhelming, remember that God has a greater purpose for you. He is using this moment to shape you, refine you, and prepare you for what's ahead. And chosen one, the best is yet to come. Chosen one, if there's one thing you've probably noticed on this journey, it's that walking in your divine purpose can be a lonely experience. It's not always easy, and it doesn't always make sense to those around you. But I want you to understand that this isolation isn't a punishment, it's preparation. This season of being set apart, of feeling as though the world around you is growing quieter, is part of the refining process that God has for your life. And while it might feel uncomfortable now, you are being prepared for something great. There is a sacredness in this isolation. It's in the moments where you feel alone, abandoned, or misunderstood that God begins to do His deepest work in you. When you're surrounded by distractions and noise, it's difficult to hear His voice clearly. But in the silence, in the solitude, God's presence becomes louder, His direction becomes clearer, and the path He has set before you becomes more distinct. Think about it. The great leaders, the ones who were called to lead nations and movements, often had to go through seasons of isolation. Moses spent 40 years in the desert before he led the Israelites out of Egypt. Joseph was isolated in a pit and later in a prison before he was elevated to his position of power in Egypt. David was hidden in caves before he became the king of Israel. Even Jesus spent 40 days in the wilderness before he began his public ministry. What do all these stories have in common? They all show that isolation isn't about being left behind. It's about being prepared. It's about being hidden for a purpose that can't yet be revealed. It's in these seasons of quiet that God refines you. He removes the distractions. He sheds the old identity that you once carried, and he begins to shape you into the person he's calling you to be. And that process of being shaped, it's not always easy. It's not always comfortable, but it's necessary. You are being formed into someone who can carry the weight of the calling God has on your life. You are being prepared to step into a new season, one where you will not only walk in your purpose, but also lead others into theirs. This period of isolation is also a time for healing. You see, before you can fully step into the fullness of your purpose, there are areas in your life that need to be restored. There are wounds that need to be healed. There are hurts that need to be released. And God uses this time of solitude to do just that. He begins to strip away the layers of the old you, the hurt, the pain, the self-doubt, and replaces them with the strength, clarity, and confidence that can only come from Him. In isolation, you will begin to learn who you truly are. You will discover what it means to walk in your true identity, not the identity shaped by the opinions of others, but the identity rooted in who God says you are. And as you grow in this understanding, you will begin to walk with a new level of authority and confidence. This confidence will not come from the approval of others, but from the deep knowing that you are exactly where God wants you to be. But what makes this isolation even more powerful is that it's in this space of solitude that God will reveal more of Himself to you. The quietness of this season is where you will develop a deeper intimacy with Him. It's where you will hear His voice more clearly. It's where you will grow in trust and surrender, allowing Him to lead you in ways you never thought possible. And as you experience this deep connection with God, your spiritual senses will be heightened. You will begin to discern His will more easily. You will sense His presence in ways you never have before. It's in these moments that God will prepare you for what's ahead. He's not just isolating you for the sake of being alone. He's protecting you. He's guarding you. He's setting you apart for something greater. As you begin to embrace this season of isolation, you will also begin to understand the importance of solitude. It's not a place of rejection, but a place of restoration. And while it might feel like you're walking this path alone, I want you to remember something very important. You're never truly alone. God is with you in the silence. He is with you in the quiet moments. He is with you as He prepares you for the next step of your journey. You see, God has to remove the distractions so that He can speak to you clearly. He has to take you away from the noise and the opinions of others so that you can hear His voice without interference. This isolation is for your protection, it's for your development, and it's for your ultimate good. There's a deeper purpose in this silence, one that will unfold as you continue to walk in obedience. The people who were once around you might no longer be there. They might have distanced themselves, and the invitations to join in family gatherings or community activities might have stopped coming. But don't take this personally. This is part of the process. God is pruning you. He is removing the people and things that are not in alignment with your purpose. And though it may be painful at first, trust that this is necessary for your growth. God is preparing you to walk in your full calling, and that often requires periods of solitude. Don't fear this season of isolation. It might feel uncomfortable at times, but it's exactly where you need to be. God is using this time to build your strength, deepen your relationship with Him, and equip you for the future. He's preparing you for a season of fruitfulness. But first, you must go through the quiet. Think about it. The seed has to be buried in the soil before it can grow into something beautiful. It has to go through the dark, quiet process of being nurtured before it can break through the surface and bloom. In the same way, you are being nurtured even though you can't see the full picture yet. This isolation is your time to grow in the hidden places, to develop the deep roots that will hold you steady when it's time to step into the light. As you continue to trust God in this season, know that He is not finished with you yet. The best is yet to come. The transformation you're experiencing now will set the stage for everything that is ahead. You are being prepared for greatness. Your purpose is unfolding, and though it may feel like you're walking alone, God is right there with you, guiding you every step of the way. So, embrace the silence, embrace the solitude, trust the process. God is doing something powerful in you during this season, and when the time is right, you will step into your purpose with confidence, ready to fulfill everything He has called you to do. Chosen one, let's talk about something that's bound to happen as you continue walking in your calling. Spiritual attacks. They are real. And while you might expect them to come from external sources, people who don't understand you or those who may not share your beliefs often, these attacks come from within your family. It's painful, it's confusing. It can even feel like betrayal, because these are the people who are supposed to be your biggest supporters. But here's the truth. Spiritual warfare is real, and the enemy is using familiar voices, familiar faces, to try to break your spirit and derail your purpose. Let me be clear, chosen one. These attacks are not about you as a person. They are about what you carry. The enemy knows that you are called to do something extraordinary. He knows that your obedience will break generational curses, free those who are bound in spiritual darkness, and bring light into places that have long been consumed by shadows. And when you step into that light, when you embrace the fullness of your calling, the enemy begins to fight back. But the thing about the enemy's attacks is this: they are designed to stop you from fulfilling your purpose. But they can only succeed if you let them. And if you understand what's happening, you can stand firm and resist them. These attacks often don't come in the form of loud confrontations or dramatic battles. They are subtle, they're sneaky. They often come in the form of undermining comments, subtle criticisms, exclusion from family gatherings, or even passive-aggressive behavior that leaves you questioning your worth and your place in your family. The enemy knows that if he can get inside your mind and cause doubt, confusion, or division, he can weaken your resolve. But don't fall for it, chosen one. Don't let the enemy manipulate you into believing that these attacks are about you. They are not. They are about the light that you carry. It's easy to take these attacks personally. After all, the people who are attacking you are the ones who know you best. These are the people you've loved, the people you've trusted, and the people you thought would always be there to support you. So when the attacks come from them, it's easy to feel betrayed, to feel hurt, to wonder if you're doing something wrong. But I need you to understand this. It's not about you, and it's not about them. It's about the spiritual resistance to your purpose. The enemy has a strategy, chosen one. He uses familiar voices because they have a power to influence you in ways that strangers cannot. He uses the people you love because they have access to your heart. And if he can get to your heart, he can cause division, confusion, and doubt. But remember this: God's plan for you is greater than any attack the enemy can throw your way. And the power of your calling is greater than any attempt to distract or discourage you. Let's look at some of the signs of these spiritual attacks so you can recognize them for what they are. One of the first signs is subtle undermining. Maybe it's the comments they make when you share your plans or dreams. They downplay your growth, mock your ambition, or dismiss your spiritual journey. You'll hear things like, "You've changed," or "You're too deep for me now." These comments aren't just words, they are spiritual resistance. They are meant to make you question whether you're really on the right path. They are meant to make you feel like you're alone in your journey, that no one understands what you're going through. But here's the truth: the people who resist you the most are often the ones who need the most light. Another sign of spiritual targeting is emotional manipulation. This is a tricky one because it often comes disguised as love or concern. People close to you will start twisting your words, making you feel like you're the one who's wrong, that your choices aren't in alignment with what they expect or want from you. They may guilt trip you for setting boundaries, for making decisions that reflect your calling. They'll make you feel like you're being disobedient, or worse, that you're abandoning them. But in reality, what you're doing is walking in your purpose. And the enemy will use emotional manipulation to make you feel guilty for following God's lead. Another common tactic is the silent competition. As you grow spiritually, you may begin to notice a shift in how your family treats you. At first, it may seem like nothing has changed, but over time, you'll notice that when you're successful or when you share a victory, the support is lukewarm and the congratulations feel forced. Some family members might even try to one-up you, not because they want to grow, but because they feel threatened by your success. The enemy will try to create an atmosphere of comparison, where you're made to feel like you're competing with others in your own family. But chosen one, your calling is not a competition. You don't need to compare yourself to anyone. Your purpose is unique to you, and no one can walk your path but you. Exclusion is another tactic that the enemy often uses to isolate you. You'll find yourself being left out of family gatherings, conversations, and important decisions. You might be made to feel like you're not part of the family anymore. These moments can feel incredibly painful, especially when you thought you had a strong connection with your loved ones. But don't take it personally, chosen one. It's not about you. It's about the light that you bring. Your obedience to God's calling disturbs the comfort zones of those around you, and sometimes the only way they can handle that discomfort is to distance themselves. But remember, you are being set apart for something greater, and your family's rejection is not a reflection of your worth. Finally, there are the attacks on your character. These attacks often come behind your back when you're not around to defend yourself. Family members may whisper about you, spread rumors, or question your intentions. They may try to turn others against you, misrepresenting your heart and your actions. The enemy uses this tactic to tear down your reputation and make you feel like you're losing your place in the family. But, chosen one, don't let these whispers affect you. You know who you are in Christ. You know your heart, and so does God. And He will vindicate you in due time. When these attacks happen, and they will remember that you are not fighting against flesh and blood, this is spiritual warfare. The enemy is using people close to you to try to shake your faith, to make you question your calling, and to distract you from your purpose. But here's the truth. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. You are equipped for this battle. You have the armor of God, and with His strength, you will stand firm. So, what do you do when these attacks come? First and foremost, stay rooted in your identity in Christ. Don't let anyone, even your own family, tell you who you are. Only God can define you. Second, stand firm in your purpose. Don't allow the enemy's attacks to derail you. Trust that God has already won the victory and you are walking in His power. Third, guard your heart. Don't allow bitterness or resentment to take root. Release the offense to God and let Him heal your heart. And finally, keep moving forward. Your purpose is too great to be distracted by these attacks. Keep your eyes on God, and He will lead you through. Chosen one, you are not alone in this battle. God is with you every step of the way, and He has already equipped you to overcome. Stay strong, stay faithful, and keep walking in the light that He has called you to carry. Chosen one, by now, you've likely begun to understand that your journey isn't always going to be an easy one. The road you are walking isn't paved with comfort, approval, or applause. It's narrow, often lonely, and full of spiritual resistance. But despite the challenges, the discomfort, and the setbacks, there's something incredible happening in you. Your growth, your transformation, is shifting the atmosphere, not just for yourself, but for those around you. And even when it feels like you're walking alone, God is working in ways you cannot yet fully understand. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on something important: the power of your presence. It's not about your words, your actions, or your achievements, though those things matter. It's about the spiritual impact you have just by being who you are. When you walk into a room, when you show up in your family gatherings, there is something that shifts. You might not always notice it, but the people around you feel it. Your very presence, your light, disrupts the darkness that has been quietly reigning in your family, in your environment, and in your own heart. You might not have the language for it just yet, but this is part of the reason you felt such spiritual resistance. When you carry God's light, it exposes everything around you. It exposes hidden fears, hidden resentments, and unhealed wounds in the people closest to you. And as you continue to walk in your purpose, this will become more and more evident. The very fact that you are growing spiritually, that you are stepping into your calling challenges the complacency of those around you. It confronts them with the need for change, growth, and healing that they may not be ready for. This is why some of your family members have distanced themselves. This is why the support you expected has felt absent at times. When you walk in truth, when you walk in purpose, you force others to confront their own issues, whether they're aware of it or not. And for many, that's uncomfortable. It's far easier to keep things the way they've always been, to stay in the shadows, in the dysfunction, in the same cycles. But your presence is a reflection of the change they're being called to, even if they can't see it yet. This is why you'll find that your family dynamic starts to shift as you walk in your purpose. People will either rise with you or pull away. Those who are ready for change will come alongside you, drawn to the light and truth you carry. But those who are spiritually resistant will become more distant. This doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. In fact, it's confirmation that you're on the right path. Your very presence challenges everything that's been swept under the rug, everything that's been ignored, everything that's been hiding in the shadows. But this isn't just about others, it's also about you, chosen one. The light you carry is something that will continue to grow, to shine brighter, and to impact more than you can possibly imagine. And as you step into your calling, you'll begin to realize that your spiritual growth isn't just for you. It's for those who are watching you, whether they realize it or not. You are leading by example, not by force, but by the example of your life. You are showing others what it means to walk in obedience, to walk in truth, and to walk in God's light, no matter the resistance you face. But walking in this light isn't easy. It comes with sacrifice, it comes with pain, it comes with moments of doubt and confusion. You will feel misunderstood, unsupported, and even betrayed by the very people who should be cheering you on. But I want you to remember this: you are not alone. God is with you every step of the way. He has called you for a purpose, and He is working in you to shape you, refine you, and prepare you for something greater than you can imagine. You might feel like you're carrying a heavy weight, but understand that this weight is not a burden, it's a mantle. You've been chosen to carry something sacred, something powerful, and that power is not meant to be hidden. The light you carry isn't just for you, it's for those around you, it's for your family, it's for your community. It's for everyone who is still in darkness, waiting for someone to show them the way. This is why your journey feels so intense at times. It's not just about you, it's about what God is doing in you and through you to impact others. The path you're walking isn't just about your personal growth, it's about breaking generational strongholds, setting the captives free, and leading others into the light. And that requires strength, courage, and faith. It requires you to walk confidently in your calling, even when the road ahead is unclear and the path feels lonely. But remember, you don't walk alone. Even in those moments when you feel isolated, when you feel like no one understands, God is with you. He's guiding you, refining you, and preparing you for what's ahead. And as you continue to grow in your calling, you will begin to see the fruits of your labor. You will see the lives changed, the hearts healed, and the generations transformed because of your willingness to stand firm in your purpose. You are not here by accident, chosen one. Your life has purpose, your calling is divine, and though the journey may be difficult, know this: you are exactly where God wants you to be. And as you continue to walk in His light, you will continue to shine brighter and brighter, drawing others to the truth, to the healing, and to the transformation that can only come from Him. So, when you face rejection, when you face resistance, when you feel like you're walking alone, remember this: you are not alone. God is with you, and He is using your life to bring about something far greater than you can imagine. Your presence, your light, your purpose is shifting the atmosphere around you. And while the journey may be difficult, the impact you are having on your family, your community, and the world is eternal. Chosen one, keep walking in your truth, keep walking in your light, keep walking in your purpose, and never forget that the path you are walking is leading you to something greater than you could ever dream. The best is yet to come. Chosen one, as we continue on this journey together, it's important to understand one more profound truth about walking in your calling. It's not about what others can give you, but what you are called to give to others. And in this process, you'll encounter something truly transformative: the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness might seem like an easy concept to understand, but when you're in the middle of spiritual warfare, especially from those closest to you, it can feel impossible to offer. When family members reject you, when they misunderstand your journey, and when they make you feel like you're walking this path alone, forgiveness can seem like the last thing you want to do. But let me share something with you, chosen one. Forgiveness is for your freedom, not for theirs. Forgiveness isn't about excusing the hurt, the betrayal, or the pain. It's not about saying that what happened to you was okay, or that the wrong done to you wasn't significant. Forgiveness is about releasing yourself from the grip of bitterness and anger. It's about freeing your spirit from the hold that the wounds of the past have on you, and in doing so, you align yourself with God's plan for your life, as He has called you to rise above the hurt and lead with love. Let me be clear, though. Forgiving doesn't mean you have to go back to the same toxic dynamics or continue to allow the same people into your life if they refuse to change. Forgiveness is not reconciliation unless the relationship is healthy and both sides are willing to heal. It's about releasing the weight of the offense so that you don't carry it into the next season of your life. It's about letting go of what they did to you so it no longer controls you or keeps you from walking in your purpose. You see, when you're chosen, you'll often experience rejection and betrayal from people you least expect it from. It's not easy, especially when it comes from family, those who are supposed to love you unconditionally. But God allows this for a reason. He is teaching you to forgive as He has forgiven you, to release the offense and let go of the burden of unforgiveness that can weigh you down and keep you stuck. Holding on to bitterness and resentment doesn't harm the person who hurt you, it harms you. It keeps you locked in the past, preventing you from moving forward into the purpose God has for you. Forgiveness then becomes a key to your freedom. It's a choice that you make, not for the other person's benefit, but for your own spiritual health and well-being. You were never meant to live in bondage to the past or to the pain others have caused you. God's power in your life is greater than any offense, greater than any hurt. When you release the hurt, you open yourself up to experience the full joy and peace that God has for you. But forgiveness doesn't always come easily. It's a process. And in this process, you may feel the temptation to hold on to your hurt, to nurse the wound, to justify your anger. But remember this, your healing is more important than holding on to the pain. You are being called to rise above the offenses, to move forward with peace, and to allow God to restore you fully. Sometimes, the hardest part of forgiveness is realizing that the people who hurt you may never apologize. They may never acknowledge the pain they caused you. But that's okay, because your forgiveness doesn't depend on their response. It depends on your willingness to release them and trust God with the pain. Forgiveness doesn't mean that everything goes back to how it was. It means you are letting go of the chains that hold you to the past, and you are choosing to move forward, to walk in peace, and to continue to fulfill the divine purpose God has placed on your life. You might be thinking, but what about the hurt? How can I forgive when it feels so deep, when it's so personal? The answer is simple, though not always easy. You can forgive because you have been forgiven. God has forgiven you for so much. How much more should you forgive others? Your forgiveness is a reflection of His grace and mercy in your life. As you forgive, you free yourself to be all that God has called you to be. And let me say this, chosen one, as you move through this journey, as you walk through the trials, the rejection, the isolation, and the hurt, God is always with you. His strength is made perfect in your weakness. When you can't forgive on your own, He will give you the strength to do it. When the pain feels too much to bear, He will carry you. You are not alone in this. God is working in you and through you to create something beautiful, something holy, something eternal. As you continue to walk in your purpose, keep your heart open to the healing God is offering you. Keep releasing the past and all that it holds. Let go of the offense and allow God to replace your hurt with peace, your bitterness with love, and your wounds with His healing touch. Forgiveness doesn't change the past, but it opens the door to your future. Chosen one, you are moving into a season of transformation. And as you forgive, you will be freed to walk boldly, to step fully into your purpose, and to shine your light in a way that glorifies God. Your calling is not only about what you do, it's about how you love, how you forgive, and how you live in the truth of who God says you are. So, forgive, not because it's easy, not because the other person deserves it, but because you are chosen to rise above the pain. You are chosen to live free. You are chosen to love, to forgive, and to walk in the light of God's grace. And in that, you will find the peace and joy that surpass all understanding. Wish Holy Spirits with you, chosen ones.